Alrighty, y'all, after a little bit of recovering from our trip from Utah and finally getting back and settled at home with the puppy. Say hello, horse. Hello. I see your little tail wagging back there. And then, of course, Gunner. Hello, buddy. It's always good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. I have left the trailer at the warehouse, and I need to bring it up to the ranch. I mean, I don't really need to, but we need the space in the warehouse. So we're going to most likely be doing that today. But first, I'm gonna see if I can get Sergio to work on it, because we can't leave anything stock. And speaking of trailers, this trailer is going to be leaving today. And this gentleman right here. Oh, bro. What? Come on by the warehouse. Let me get you a shirt that's not wrinkled, man. Jeez, guy. You dig that out of the back seat? Yeah. Is that the life of a trucker? That's right. All right. Compliments of Mac Auto Transport. That's how this trailer got here from Texas. Now you're taking it back. Yeah, taking it back. It's not going back to Texas. Let's watch Mr. Trucker over here. Back up. There's no camera on these old 6.4s. I mean, you know, I've seen better, guys. I've seen better. I gave you a CDL? I don't have a... Pull up a little bit. I took the weight off. It should drop on. Just a hair. There you go. All right, big trucker. This is 30 feet long. Well, maybe 31. Can you handle it? Yeah, I got it. Hey, are we trading for the weekend? Remember when you let me drive your semi on your car hauler? Now, before Andre leaves, one of the things I want to do on the dump trailer is these lights right here. So these are tied into the reverse lights, and they shine kind of outwards. So when you're backing up, especially out here at night, I mean, it is super dark out here, it shows out to both sides of the trailer. So not only can you see where your wheels are, but you can see what is around them. And that is like the best modification we've ever done to a trailer. And I'm gonna end up putting something like that on every trailer that I own. Well, except for the mini gooseneck trailer right there. We have made it back to the shop here. So I left the trailer plugged in last night. Let's see how far we are charged up. Oh, we are on power on and charged. So that means this thing is fully charged. Let's see. So the meter goes up to good. There's another good right there though. I don't understand why there's poor, fair, good. This should be like gooder. I don't really know. But I'm assuming we're fully charged. I don't know how we get to the last good there. Seems to be good to go. Now, let's go see if we can sneak attack Sergio into doing some work on this thing. I hear some trucks back there. I don't know if Sergio's working on them. I have no idea what he's doing today, what his schedule looks like. I kind of tend to sneak attack Sergio with projects like this. Oh, Sergio's not even here. Let's give Sergio a phone call. Sí, bueno. Sergio, ¿estás en tu tienda?
Sí, señor.
¿Tiene trabajo?
Sí, señor. No, no es cierto. Sí.
¿Tiene tiempo para mí?
Always, man, always.
Dang, Sergio, come on out, man. I got some work for you.
Okay.
All right. Now, I've been asked in the past how I learned Spanish. I know my Spanish isn't perfect, but it would get me by in most situations. And I took 2 years of Spanish in school, didn't really learn a lick of it. Learned most of it on the job site, and learned most of it doing stuff like I just did right there. Using it in real world applications. That's what helps you retain it. That's what helps you learn it, and then you start to pick up on more words and how to use those words. So anytime I call Sergio, I like to speak Spanish to him, and it helps me brush up on my skills.
What's up, man?
You ready, buddy?
Yeah. What's up?
You are? I finally caught you on a day you're not busy? Sergio!
Oh, gee. I was kind of busy, you tell me. Like having a car working on it? No, but you know, always something to do on the computer. Okay. Emails to respond.
Yeah, this is way more fun than a computer.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, can we put some lights on this thing today?
Sure.
But Sergio, this one has a battery. I feel like that changes things.
What?
Or maybe it doesn't. Does it change anything?
You don't know if it has battery?
No, I know it does, but does that make it better for you? Or does that make it worse for you?
I don't know. What depends what type of lights you want.
At the very least, I would like the reverse lights, the Phoenix reverse lights. At the best, you know, some strobes would be cool. Or can we make all these lights strobe? Do you have a module for that? Or is is it different?
You want to alternate between one another or all together?
I feel like all together. Let's just keep it simple, Sergio. I feel like I've gone a little crazy on trailers. Yeah. Okay, but then this one's got a battery, so this one could strobe while we're not even like hooked up to the truck. That'd be cool.
Correct, yes, sir.
But I feel like I'm gonna let Pablo Rhino borrow this, and then he's gonna leave it on, and then we gotta do better.
Low voltage disconnect.
This is Diamond C quality right here, Sergio. Look at it. They even put a chase right there, a channel for you to run the wire through. Nice. Look at that.
There you go.
You don't get that on a...
You barely get a zip tie sometimes.
Yeah, that is freaking nice. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they have different...
Oh yeah, look at that.
They grab the wires from
There's nothing glued on right there. I mean, the welds could use a little bit of work. You know, somebody got a little long with the wire.
Fine, right?
But yeah, look at that. That's a cool way to... And Sergio, look, there's extra room. There's room to clip a whole new wire in there. I never even looked that close at this trailer. I probably should have before I bought it, but this thing is nice.
Because most of the trailers, again, they don't even have holes for their own wire. Like, they pass it through whatever gap they have between stuff, but it's not made for that.
We don't want that. No, let's do it nice. We just follow this stuff.
It's cool things.
Look at this. We don't nice wire. Dang, Sergio, they use 12-2 wire. That's good stuff right there.
Gaskets between all the holes. That's good, man.
That is a nice trailer. Good job, Diamond C. I mean, you pay for this, but good job, Diamond C. Well, here we were talking about the quality of Diamond C's, and Sergio's like, hey, the trailer's leaking hydraulic fluid. And well, sure enough, you guys can see the red fluid down in there. It is leaking out of that fitting. Then there's also this little gasket right here. He's supposed to live right there.
I think it's that cap on the bottom, right?
No, it looks like it's coming out of that fitting right there. Yeah. Well, see, Sergio, it's a good thing we put the safety. You know, safety first. This thing would have bled out.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if it's a good idea to be inside there.
Look at it, it's got fluid all right here. This must have been from my trip home. Look at that. There's all kinds of fluid in there. I want my money back. All right, we'll get a wrench and we'll tighten up that fitting, and hopefully that's all it is. All right, get tight. So, we're gonna be going with the same lights I'd have on my deck over. That is the Phoenix. Sergio, what's the model number? You should know this off the top of your head. AN 900? AM 900, right there. Work light. I like these things. They've held up freaking awesome being underneath my deck over trailers. So that's what we're gonna put on the dump trailer. And they're good price. Sergio's got a good price. IEP-USA.com or IEP on Amazon. But make sure you buy from Sergio, not from Amazon. Because, you know, support small business. Not Jeff Bezos.
Not Jeff Bezos. Well, still getting a cut.
Oh yeah, all right, well there, all right. Just go to IEP-USA.com, is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, there you go. A lot of you guys have been asking me about low voltage disconnects, and I have zero answers. I don't know. Sergio's the man for that. Sergio, show me a low voltage disconnect and talk about it for all of 30 seconds.
Quick explanation. So it's not too complicated to understand, it's just, this is in between all your accessories and your battery. It's straightforward. Power in from the battery, power out to your accessories. Up to 35 amps, that's the key. So what it does is read the voltage of the battery, and if it starts to drop a certain voltage that you program it to go, and it will shut off everything. That way you make sure your battery has enough voltage to start your car every time, in case you had leave anything on, any accessories on for a long time, whatever. Or even when they're asleep, if you add a lot of accessories to your car, it adds up, like 0.05 amps from one, 0.0 amps from another one.
Yeah, we need to do this to the Denali. So we've only talked about it for 4 years.
A lot of times, you don't need to keep charging that.
Okay.
So, and you program it with these rotary switch at what voltage you want it to shut off.
Gotcha.
I start at 12 volts, and if it's if the customer say it's charging too fast, you can probably go one more 11.8.
Okay.
But the only risk is that at a certain point, if it doesn't start, you have to go back to the other.
So if you got a Honda Civic, you can set it really low because it doesn't take much to kick your starter over. If you're running a diesel truck, that takes a lot of juice to get that starter to kick the engine over. So at that point, you don't want to go too much. You don't want to go lower than 11.8, right?
Correct.
All right.
So one of those. You don't want to have issues with that.
Nope.
Regular switch.
I want these to be on reverse lights and a switch.
Oh my God.
So here's the game plan on the trailer, guys. We've got this fuse box that's going to be getting mounted inside of the toolbox. We've got a Phoenix flash controller, which is going to make all of the factory lights flash. We've got the Phoenix AM900 work lights, and my whole goal with these is to shine on the tires and past the tires. And on this trailer, it's a little tougher than on my deck over, because my deck over, well, we had really a spot up here that we could do it, and it would get around the tires, because obviously if we go right here, the tire is going to block most of the light, and you're only going to see a little streak coming off there. So on this trailer, we're going to come all the way to the front here, and we're going to mount these on the other side of this I-beam so you don't see the bolt sticking up top, and then that should cast enough light out on the tires and off to the sides of the tires so you can see everything behind you when you're backing up, because this trailer does not have reverse lights. Might end up putting a couple of these in the rear as well. Haven't figured that out yet. Everything is going to get wired up into this box here, and then Sergio's currently working on just a little box that we're going to put the rocker switches in. We thought about putting them on the outside, but I don't want anybody messing with them, so we're gonna just mount everything inside nice and clean. Now, Sergio is over at his shop getting our little switch box assembled. In the meantime, I am pulling down the OBS tires because these things are finally getting sold today. And I feel like if I didn't put it in this video, I'd still get people hitting me up for them, but those are going to be leaving. Now, for mounting all the stuff that we have to mount inside the box, instead of putting a bunch of holes through the box to mount it, we're gonna make one mounting plate that everything's gonna attach to, and then we'll just have to put 4 rivets to attach this plate to the box. I'm not sure, you know, Sergio, did you cut this before?
No, I got it like that.
Oh, you bought it like that, okay. Clearly this cut is no bueno there, so we're gonna put a straight edge back on this. All I have at the shop is a jigsaw, so just went ahead and clamped a little straight edge right there with an 1.5 inch standoff from where the blade is, and then we'll put a straight edge back on this. See if we can do this left-handed. Well, we should probably switch to right-handed. Well guys, I hate to say it, but yeah, cutting this stuff did not go well. For whatever reason, right about here in the middle, it would just grab the blade and weird stuff would happen on the jigsaw. I don't know if there's something weird with the resin. This is a plastic piece here. I don't know, but we don't have any more chances to cut this if we're gonna try and fit all this stuff on here, so I don't wanna keep shrinking it. So we're just gonna put this on the bottom, and I won't tell anybody if you don't. All right, Sergio's already got this light hung where it's gonna go. Obviously it's not tightened down yet, but we'll point it. Probably pointed about right there. Sergio, how convenient is this clip system though?
Oh shit.
Right? I wish every trailer did that. That's a pretty slick setup. Sergio, this is the easiest job I brought you. Everything's right here. We don't have to go all the way to the back yet until we start adding the other ideas I have for this thing.
Yeah, exactly. We're not. Keep going. Now you can help me.
Pushing this one to the bottom?
No, from the top. Oh, push no, keep it there because it tightens. I tried that here. I didn't like it. So.
Okay, let's keep it together. There you go.
There you go. Now connected. Heat shrink it.
They did plugs though. Look at Diamond C put plugs for all their little lights too.
Yeah, well,
look at that.
It's cool. Honestly, the harness that they use, probably they make so many that it's
pre-make the harness.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because the harness comes from here, and then they even have this 2-pin for another marker light here, all together in the same harness. Like it's pre-built.
Nice.
The other option is use a junction box, which I like if you're gonna work on it.
Right.
Because you can open it and...
That's what my deck over has, right? My other trailer?
Yeah. So that's what I like. Because on this one, if you wanna mess with it, you have to cut it, splice into it.
Okay guys, so Sergio just asked me which one I think is the running lights. He's tapped open the harness here.
I just wanna play with you and see if you know. You know? Which one is the running
light? No,
light?
so I just guessed the yellow. And then Sergio's like, this is a trailer. The colors actually do mean something. Yeah. It's not like looking at a car wire harness where there's 8,000 colors and stripes and 3 stripes and 1 stripe. Okay, so just educate us.
Well, first thing is to be safe, there's different standards. Europe has a different standard, whatever. That's why you will see different colors setups on things that you buy on Amazon or whatever, harnesses. But the standard here that I know of is white. White is always ground, and you always will find that it's thicker than the other ones because they're ground for everything. Then this is your brake control. Yellow is the left turn. Green is the right turn. Running lights is brown, and this is the power straight from the battery on the front.
All right, so I was kind of right.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. You had 1 out of 7 chits. But you will see stuff different on if you buy, for example, this plug with the harness already. Just double check because sometimes they'll come different. Read the manual or read the wiring diagram of the one that you buy.
Or just bring your stuff down to IEP-USA and he'll wire your trailer for you.
Yeah, we can do that too.
And then you don't have to remember like me, yeah. They're just like, you own a bunch of trailers. I'm like, yeah, but you work on them. Okay. All right, so how are we gonna tap this, Sergio? How do we make everything flash?
So you basically cut the source of the thing that you wanna make flash, right?
All right.
Cut the source. The input goes here and the output goes here.
So it's a pass through.
Yeah, so this side will go to the other side right here.
Okay.
And all you have to do is program it to do whatever flash pattern that you want. Everything else is standard power ground, so everything goes through here, all the power and ground, so you don't have to use thick wires to power that thing, to pass through this.
Okay.
And you can have different modes, so you can program it to be, let's say I'm gonna use this input here to be steady on, and my switch is gonna input here to make it flash.
Gotcha.
And it will prioritize the flashing. So if you have both on, it will prioritize the flashing.
All right, Sergio's coming up with a schematic over here. Check out his sweet writing tab there.
This is my schematic?
This is your schematic, yeah. All right, we made a square. We found out this trailer, again, we've gone back and forth on how it's the greatest trailer, and then it leaks, and then whatever. So anyways, this center plug right here that's not here is what triggers the reverse lights. This plug doesn't have it from the factory. Now we could either swap the whole thing out and then put the junction box in and yada, yada, yada. Or the reverse lights are just gonna be on a switch, and in the odd chance that, you know, we need to kick them on, we just had to jump out, kick the lights on. I don't know if that's a good idea. It's probably not a good idea. We probably should just go with the box, but we can always add that later. And Sergio loves adding stuff later.
The good thing is I thought about that, and I knew you were at some point going to change it, so I have another wire there. In case you want to add the box, I have the wire there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, see, Sergio knows. I've got some pretty cool ideas we might try on this trailer too, but you know, let's get phase 1 done. Well guys, we are back day 2, but like 3 or 4 of this video, I don't even know at this point anymore. So we've got our panel that Sergio's gonna be mounting in there. So hold on, let's put it somewhere we can actually see what's going on. Just wires on wires, and there's just so much stuff going on right here, Sergio.
Okay, so we have our fuse. That's always put a fuse no longer than a feet away from your battery.
All right.
Whatever source you need of power from your battery, put a fuse.
And this is actually a circuit breaker, so it's resettable.
Yeah, it's basically
right?
the same thing, it's just resettable.
So it's like what your house has.
Correct.
All right.
If it blows up or whatever, you can just goes like this and you reset it.
All right.
It's a good thing. Just make sure it's not doing it over and over. That means you have a shorting that can be dangerous. So you go in circuit breaker, low voltage disconnect. This will protect your battery. From here, we go and give power to the fuse block, and we have fuses for everything. This will protect you from big short circuits or whatever, but this one will protect you from small ones because you have smaller wires. You have to use smaller fuses.
Right.
That's why you don't have in your cars just a single fuse for everything. You have a lot of different small ones to take care of that.
Well, and then part of the reason we use this is basically a battery disconnect.
Oh yeah, you can use it for that too. And from there, I will give power to my switches right here. You can see inside. And then I'll give the whole harness will go to a connector so we can pull it out quickly instead of just going and unscrew every single
right. So
wire that we use.
Basically, all this is going to be pre-made in this panel. Mm-hmm. From here will be some type of connector with however many inputs, and then from that other connector is when he splits off. Some are going to go to the side reverse lights. One's going to be the flasher for all these, and then we'll get to those lights in a minute.
And I put a 2-sided switch so you can have 2 different flash patterns on your running lights.
I'm excited to see. I mean, there's not a lot of running lights on this thing, so you know we'll probably add more at some point, Sergio. Oh but let's just see what this looks like with just a couple of stock running lights strobing. It might be very underwhelming, or it might look cool, and then we don't have to add more. However, Sergio always knows there's always more, so he always pre-wires for more.
I try, but
yeah. Sometimes we got surprises. The ones up in here are kind of a surprise, but they're going to be cool if it works.
Yeah.
If it works.
You haven't told them about that, right?
No, we're gonna wait till the end of this video.
Okay, all right.
All right, so what we're just gonna do is we're just gonna rivet that entire plate on here. That was our original plan. So we're just like, why don't we just nut and bolt it? And I'm like, that's a good question. We never really thought about that. But I feel like rivets look more trailery, you know? I don't know. So we're just gonna rivet. If we need to take it off, we'll drill the rivet out and then we re-rivet it. But then you get to use Sergio's super sweet, expensive Milwaukee rivet gun.
It's worth it.
Yeah. We have a good amount of clearance in here. However, there's a chance on the ground side it doesn't touch, but just so it never does, Sergio's going to use a little liquid electrical tape there and just seal those off just to make sure they never come in contact. However, it would be ground to ground, so it wouldn't be bad.
The other ones are far away, so I was lucky in that scenario because I didn't have the trailer when I was building here.
Get it, Sergio. Get it, buddy. Oh, so easy.
Woo, I'm tired, man.
Well, guys, Sergio has the flash controller hooked up here. Oh, is this the second pattern?
Yes.
All right. So you guys can see. So this controller, he tied into the factory running lights, and he's making these strobe. And then again, he put that rocker switch so they can activate 2 different patterns. Yeah, put the fast one on, Sergio. You know I like the fast strobes. Look at that. So you could make this alternate if we wanted, right?
Yeah, the thing is you have to wire all together the ones you want to like alternate.
Gotcha, so you're really cutting into the harness. Yeah. Okay, so he could make it alternate. I think this is cool. I don't think we need anything crazier than this, but it's not as wild as my deck over. I didn't want to go as wild as my deck over. Oh, look at that. These lights though, turn those on, but look at those bad boys. These ones are the important ones. These ones when you're backing up the trailer at night, not only do they show where your tires are when everything's really dark, because this thing only has, 2 marker lights on the fender wells there, but it also shows what's around you. So when you're backing up, you can really see what's in your space, especially considering this trailer didn't even have any backup lights at all. But That is awesome. And then everything's just, you know, right here on this little switch panel. Boom.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see Sergio. Look at that. Sergio's got to leave. We don't have enough time to do.
You have homework though.
Oh no, I got homework. Oh, I got to do all the. I got to run all the wire. All right, I can do that. Okay, day whatever. I don't even know what day we're on in this video, but this is gonna be the last day of the video. What, Sergio?
This is only day 2 for us.
Yeah, kinda. There's like 3 or 4 days in this video. Here's what we haven't told you about the lighting that we're gonna be doing on this thing, and this is either gonna be a great idea or it's a horrible idea. But either way, we're gonna find out the hard way, because that's how we do things around here. Hold on, let me squeeze around here. Let me find the lights first. They're around here somewhere, if I haven't lost those already. Now, I gotta climb to show you guys where these lights are gonna go. So we've got, right here, some sweet, like, I don't know, 45-degree corner down pointing lights, whatever you wanna call them. If I can get them out of the package here. So what these are meant to be is like go on the side of your RV or your trailer or like your service van or something, and they mount flush like that, and then the light points down. So, you know, if you have it on like the campsite of your trailer, it'll light up your camp. But if you're Ryan's crazy ideas that he comes up with, let me see if I can climb up this right now. But I think we got pretty good footing. I'm wearing my dudes that actually have traction, because I've worn the traction off the other ones. So if you've ever loaded anything in a dump trailer that you had to strap down and it was dark, you realize there's just no light in these things. It gets very dark if you're below the rails right here trying to chain down an excavator or a skid steer or anything like that. So I was like, I wonder if we put lights inside the bed of the dump trailer, which again, could be a horrible idea. So my original plan was to put the little 3/4 circle lights, which are the running lights on this trailer, but put those in white. And my reasoning behind that is there's such a small surface area that the chances of something hitting them and them breaking are pretty slim. Now, obviously, if we load this thing up with like sand or even gravel, I don't think it'll be that bad in terms of resting on the lights, but broken concrete or something like that, there's a chance it could hit the lights and break them. But we tried, we put the lights up in here and they just weren't bright enough. So Sergio then showed me these boogers. Now again, these are meant to mount this way. However, they also very conveniently fit in the corners, and we actually probably might grind this down or do something to get them to really fit flush in those corners versus having just a little bit of a standoff. But these, we tested out, and these things are freaking bright. So I think if we put one of these in the corners here, and again, there is the chance they could break, but I feel like it would take like the right piece of concrete to hit this before it stops in the corner here, because it, you know, hits somewhere right there. I don't know how much concrete, broken out concrete, we're gonna be hauling with this thing, but you know, that's honestly the only concern I have of hitting this is broken concrete. You think it's gonna work? You think they're gonna survive?
It's gonna work. You saw the light the other day.
Yeah, dude, these things are freaking bright, and they're gonna be perfect for what I want them for. We're gonna see here. We're gonna mount them up. We're gonna run our wiring. I'll show you that in a second. And then if these things work, I feel like we're just gonna revolutionize the dump trailer world, and everybody's gonna want these, or we break them the first time we use them. I don't know. It's a risk we're willing to take though. How much are these retail?
I think 40.
All right, 40 bucks. If we break them, 40 bucks to put a new one on. We're gonna make sure there's a connector. Because, you know, maybe it's just a consumable part of the trailer. I don't know. But even if we loaded this thing all the way up with sand that was like bursting over the edges, and the sand covered up these things, gravel covered up these things, it's not gonna destroy them. It would literally take a piece of concrete flying at them to damage this thing. And I know everybody's gonna say, you're gonna break them, you're gonna break them. Well, you know what? We're gonna find out if we're gonna break them.
Make bets or something.
Oh, you wanna make a bet? All right, what's the bet?
Well, we'll go by months, or...
If these survive a year, Sergio will do a free install for one of you guys.
What? And you want to say we fly to whatever?
Yeah, oh yeah, okay, there you go. See, Sergio said it. He'll fly to you.
Fly to you.
Fly to you. I'll tell you what, if these break within a year,
You give away that.
I could give away Chris's bike. I'll give away an IEP / work for it merch prize pack. How about that? Is that better?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, I'm not a concrete demo guy. I've done a lot of concrete demo work, but it's not like I said, I know this thing's not gonna get used as regularly as guys that are full-time doing that type of stuff, but I bet I could make these last at least a year. So Sergio's running the wires alongside the inside of the frame here. Then we're gonna come up here. He's already drilled a hole there. We're gonna run inside this frame rail, and then we're gonna pop out here. Now here's where we have an issue, because this plate right here rests on this I-beam. So we need to get the wiring inside of this box right here, which is either gonna have to go like real tight right there, because there's kind of a little bit of a gap, I don't know. What do you think, Sergio?
I don't like it, but
It's not gonna be easy.
no, we'll see. We'll see.
But it's the cleanest way to hide the wiring. Otherwise, we could just like run up alongside here on the outside, but that's not cool. It's cooler to go inside.
The less you see wires, the better it looks like.
Well, and the less chance of snagging them and something weird happening, sun eating them up, so we're shooting for inside.
But this is not good for us either because customers see only the lights installed. They don't see the wiring, so they think we don't do as much work as they think when they see just for that light? Well, why are you charging that much? Because we had to run all the wires
No.
to the end. So it's not just the lights. You're gonna spend the same or at least half of what the cost of the lights most of the time in labor, at least. So
Unless you're me, then it's like, because I always want it super crazy and custom. You pay way more for the labor than the lights.
Yeah, and also if you buy the cheap lights from Amazon or whatever, yeah, you can save money on that, but if they fail, you have to pay again to replace them. And
Buy once, cry once. Just spend the money up front, get it done right. Now I'm gonna do my best here to grind the profile of that weld that's in the corner, in the back of these. That way they sit flush into the corner and are not held off by the weld. And hopefully we don't destroy this by trying to grind some down here. I wonder if it's just these edges. I don't know. Supposedly this might be an aluminum housing. Don't really know. Sometimes on these lights they cheap out and they're not really what they say they are. Alright, we'll give that a shot before we go too far and see if that's enough. Okay, test fit number 1. Oh, hold on. The wire in the way there, but we're close. We're pretty close. That might actually work once we have a hole that this wire can run through, because right now we don't really have a way to not smush the wire in there. Once we get the hole drilled, we'll fit this, and then if we need to fine tune it a little bit, we can, but I think this is gonna work. Wait, I thought we were going that way.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Pressure's on, Sergio. Oh, Sergio, use a marker.
Cameras.
It's a one shot right here, buddy. One shot, one kill. Don't screw up.
Easy.
Easy day?
Easy day.
All right.
With new.
Oh! Oh! Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And you have to make appointments to come here, man.
Yeah. This is appointment only. So Pavarano scheduled up with Sergio in the midst of my project to get a bunch of lights on the 450, but I stole him back to finish this project. Well guys, first one is mounted up here, looking good, nice and tucked in the corner. So these lights themselves actually aren't square. They're like, if that was square, they're like shaped like that on the back, so it'll never be perfectly tight there because they pull away. And we've checked multiple times with the square to see if it was the light or the corner of the trailer. It is definitely the light. The trailer is perfectly square. They did a killer job on that. So this is what they're gonna look like. From there, you can see, oh, a little loud over there. Well guys, Sergio has left. The trailer is all wrapped up. We've got both lights mounted, and I know, some of you guys are gonna say this is really dumb. They're gonna break. We're gonna find out. If they break, it's like 40 bucks a light to replace. It's not the end of the world. If we break them like 3 times, then I'm gonna realize it was probably a dumb idea and we shouldn't do it again. But for the majority of the work this thing's gonna see, I think these are gonna be just fine. We have the lights in the shop on here. I'm gonna turn those off. It is still daylight outside, but it's very overcast. You're still gonna get a little bit of light from that skylight here, but trust me guys, these things are bright. We had them on the other night at night. So of course, you know, we're right underneath the skylight, but let me show you guys how bright this is. And then eventually you'll see them throughout my videos when we're out at the ranch and all that, and actually doing work with this thing. But we've got our switch box in here. We'll kick our lights on. Oh, sorry, wrong lights. This light, let's kick them on. Boom, look at that. These things shoot light straight out this way and a little bit out widthwise right there. That way, once the machine's here, it's obviously gonna block any light going that way, but it'll shine all down the side here to where I can chain up my excavator, or if you guys have skid steers, whatever you wanna chain up inside of here. Now we have a ton of freaking light to do it, or if you're loading up stuff at night, like that is freaking ideal. I mean, look how much it lights up the wall over there. These things are freaking bright. Just watch right there, watch right there. I know it's hard with it still kind of being daylight here, but watch that wall. We're gonna go off, we're gonna go on, And you can see just how much light is cast throughout this whole place. So, huge upgrade. I'm very excited to do this. You guys know I can't leave anything alone. I love lights, I love strobe lights, I love all kinds of LED cool stuff. So let's get all the lights fired up here. We'll put on the faster strobe pattern. There we go, this thing is all lit up. Oh, jeez, that was dangerous. I just kicked this heat gun and it turned on. All right, you stay there. We should probably just unplug you. Let's see how much battery we got after playing with all these lights. We are in the fair range. So excited though, so excited to put this thing to use. Obviously terrified of scratching it, but this is gonna be a super, super rad addition to our fleet. Huge thank you to Sergio, IEP-USA.com. If you guys wanna purchase any of these lights and or get scheduled up with Sergio to do installs for you. And with that, we're gonna wrap up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now. Then do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com. You guys have been wanting work for it hitches. We have a giant batch just in stock. Head over to workforapparel.com if you want one of the work for it hitch covers and all the other cool stuff that we have, shirts, hats, hoodies, decals, whatever. We got it all. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.